away you get from it, the less engaged you are.
Exactly.
That's the fucking problem. You have to be engaged. Hello, buddy. I literally almost wanted to say something about the fire, and I'm not going to.
He's not going to.
That was my first thought. Oh,
I'll take that, though.
Foul. Here, you can have a shaky one.
It's been so long, I don't know if we still know how to do it.
Apparently, you don't know how to open a can. It's only been 3 weeks.
They say if you don't use it, you lose it.
Is that what they say?
Let me see if I still got it.
That's good.
I think I still got it.
I like that.
I think I might still have it.
When did you stumble upon this option?
Oh, those have been around for a while. I think
but
they're my
have you been
favorite.
imbibing for a while?
I've been what?
Have you been imbibing for a while?
Oh, no, I don't have these too often anymore. These are more like a treat.
Yeah? A little sweet treat?
A little sweet treat, yeah.
A little something, something?
Yeah.
A little sugar in your tank?
And they guarantee an extra special podcast if I'm on caffeine.
With 25 calories is all, and only 3 grams is sugar.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Pretty nice.
That's not bad.
Pretty nice little deals.
I can deal with that.
Well, I'm going to let you bat off wherever we want to take this thing today.
We had no pre-discussions. I don't know.
The world is your oyster. I mean, you got a lot to cover. I got a lot to cover. We got a lot of interesting stuff happening. So.
You've been making secret boat builds and whatnot while I've been gone.
Yeah.
And I have deliberately not watched, so I don't know.
Oh, really? You didn't watch? Okay,
yeah, I don't know what was super secret.
I got really interesting stuff to share.
It's always fun when some's in my building and doing secret things and I have no idea what they are. It's always enjoyable.
So we'll do a little show and tell. Tell them what you're looking at.
Well, that I'm assuming is a Dart & Tritech 35 with what appears to be some aftermarket strings of some sort. Oh, and man, you're going all full quirky, ain't you? No, you still did go with the what's the I'm not gonna say basic bitch, but the most popular site.
Is it?
Oh yeah, driver's most
You
popular
tell me.
site.
That's not a driver.
Is that not a driver? Well, landslide, whatever.
Landslide, yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Still got to be quirky in your own way, right? AAE Pro Drop, right? I'm looking at. Yep.
The AA Prophecy?
Oh, is that a prophecy?
Yeah.
Prophecy?
Yeah, that one on my boat during the end
yeah.
of last hunting season.
Yeah, and
good. Like,
Yep.
I love having the arrow contained. The only quirk that I would say or downside is like when you adjust your timing, you have to readjust your little cable to the cable.
yeah, as it twists, it's going to rotate differently, so you got to pull
Exactly.
it out or whatnot.
But
So
other than
that part's
that,
a little
I mean,
not great,
that's
but-
great. Like, I'm all for a cock-up situation.
Yeah,
Arrow containment.
yeah, and I mean it's
really
like,
easy to
really
set.
solid. Like,
Like-
you can't move the launcher.
Like, just from a person who's never seen one set before, I was really surprised at how easy it was to set. So we're talking about the AE Prophecy Rest. And basically all we did was run the string through the cable where you could see it's like by the serving there, and then draw it back. And when you draw it back, that's like where you tie it to.
Gotcha.
So it's like really easy to do, very straightforward. But
Mustard yellow, huh?
yeah, this is pretty actually. We get into kind of a long deep dive about
Is
this.
there a reason you're not touching right here?
Because every time it's close to touching, Justin always says, "Oh, we got to move that in a little bit."
So your string stop is like not square on your string at all. Is that by design or just overlook?
My string stop, the
Yeah,
thing that's
so
stopping
it's-
it right there.
Yeah, these rotate
Yeah,
like this.
yeah. No, that could be just an accident or a foresight.
Yeah, and you can see the wear point on it is like it's rolling off the side. So you can rotate that towards a little bit more in the middle, like there.
Yeah, so this is kind of
That
interesting.
might change your impact a little bit, just FYI.
This is kind of an interesting long story. I had the Tritech 35, decided it was too long to hunt with, and at that time you said, "Well, Tim, what if you gave away the best bow you ever shot?" And I was like, "Oh, sad face," because it was the best bow I ever shot, and you probably shouldn't have said that because
Didn't you say you just said Tritech 35? You had
All right, so the sequel,
Sequel 35.
Dart and Sequel 35
Yeah, okay, cool.
ST, my last year's bow, the green one, the one that I was shooting in Tennessee.
Yeah, what if you end up giving away the best bow you've ever shot for you?
And it was the best bow I ever shot. And I was
Yeah.
just kind of living in the moment, not thinking about it. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh, I really hope they relaunch one that's similar. Mm-hmm. And they relaunched one that was similar. So it was like a no-brainer.
Very similar. Improved, for sure.
Yeah, with new features, tuning, some new tuning features. And I got to learn all about them. But if the bow wasn't different at all, even if it was the same, I was like, sign me up because I shot it great, and I'm familiar with it and it's easy to work on. But give it like the eye over, see if there's any weird quirks going on. Have you played with the how you move the cable side to side?
I have not messed with it. I mean, I adjusted it once to see how
It's
it felt.
really straightforward. So
Very simple.
You could see there's a little crack knob on it. Mm-hmm. If you just crack that, and then there's an Allen on the inside that drives
On
it
here?
side to side.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. So it's very straightforward. And I actually called Corey Miller to ask him about that. And he's our local Darton rep. I said, hey, is this thing actually going to move my tear, or what is it doing? Because all I did was moved it all the way to the right, because my thought was just like, get it out of the way of my fletchings.
Sure.
That was all I thought, was like, just get it out of the way of my fletchings. And Corey was like, it might move your tear. It depends on your draw length, but it might move your tear about a 1/16 of an inch. He said, but it really does kind of change how the bow wants to torque in your hand.
Yeah, the farther you move that to the right, the more the bow's going to want to rotate because there's more pressure on it.
Yeah. So he said you can kind of use it that way. And that led me to thinking, well, can you torque tune with that then? Or what's it really there for? Or maybe it's just going to change the feel of the bow in your hand a little bit.
I think it's probably in an effort to be able to bring the cables as close to your path as possible without touching your fletching, because it'll make the bow rotate less. So it doesn't torque, as like you said, in your hand as much. And you've got it all the way in, so you've made it torque as much as possible.
And it still doesn't feel like it's doing anything goofy coming
No,
out of my hand.
they're a stable bow. They're a real stable bow. Probably going to build one of these here pretty soon. I haven't done it yet, but just test firing it and shooting them, they were pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, and our nasty little friend from Tennessee is posting all about building one of those.
Well, Brandon's just, I think Brandon's going back to the, I'm just going to have one of everything things.
He should. I mean,
Well, he did the used bow trade in on a couple of bows that was sitting around his house, and he spent not all of his credit and got a bow.
I think the beautiful thing of the Have One of Everything bow program is it gives you a really broad perspective, which is great for somebody who's talking about bows.
It does.
Which is kind of indirectly what I did like the last 6 years. I shot almost every brand except for 2, I think.
Yeah, over a 6-year period.
And at one point, I did it on purpose. I was like, yeah, I'm going to shoot this bow because I haven't shot it.
Yeah, I
and
want to understand it.
Now it's kind of cool to have some reference talking about this stuff.
Might kind of be like what I do every year.
Yeah.
And it's a sacrifice. If you're going to do it in a year, guaranteed you're not shooting any of those bows really well.
That's true.
Because you're not putting enough shots behind.
But nobody's feeling sorry for you
Nobody ever feels sorry for me, dude. I'm used to that.
For being able to pull 5 bows a year.
No, nobody gives a shit.
These guys are drooling over that. They're like, my wife.
All you're ever going to hear is, he just makes excuses. Like, dude, you have no idea how hard it is to be proficient with something that you don't shoot that much.
Yeah.
And we're shooting something else.
It's true. Once you've gotten familiar with something, like, it's hard to swap. And it's not for the betterment of your shooting when you're doing that.
This is painful for me not to say anything right now. I'm getting twitchy, like my legs bouncing. God damn it.
I almost forgot about it because I was in the zone there. We almost let the fire go out. So
you're on the precipice.
Yeah, give it a quality control check. You see anything weird going on?
Wow, it's a big pin.
You think that's a big pin?
That's a big pin, dude. That looks like a big pin to me.
Is it a 15 maybe? I know it's not more than 15.
Hey, do they make a 15? I thought they only made 19 and 10, and that's a 19 pin. But I have a website called podiumarchery.com that has all your archery needs for $99 and up with free shipping at that scenario. Comment down below on what we don't have that you're looking for in archery stuff. And
I have a discount code. It's discount code TIMC. It'll help you save a few bucks on most items. It helps support what we do. And if you want to support this podcast, subscribe wherever you're listening. Leave it a review. That really does help. It helps us reach more people. And that's a good thing.
And if you want to understand how to find animals and how to kill animals, you got to know where they're living. And Mark Livesey's course at Treeline Pursuits is the most effective way to do that. And we have a discount code over there as well for 20% off. Discount code Josh and Tim. So you can find the animals that apparently I can't find anymore either. I need to use it because I can't find them because I suck.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I need the help too. And all of this stuff always will be linked right down below in our description if you want to check it out or you want more information.
That's I think that's a 19 pin there, big guy. Yeah, that's a very large and in charge pin there, big fella.
So Josh is
nothing's jumping out at me, to be honest with you. I mean, it all looks fine. I don't see any. I'd have to measure some things with some tools. I mean, I like how you did your loop. Your peep's orientating relatively square to your loop. I like where your arrow rest is at. I mean, you're partially above center in the bolt hole, which is typically where I'd put your rest.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like what you did. It all looks good to me.
Nice. Yeah, I was definitely the most confident I ever made it through a bow build. So you brought up, you're like, yeah, you're making secret stuff down there. And the reason that ended up being funny and had its own unique twist was really excited to build this bow, right? Like super excited to start building a bow to shoot this year for 3D. And went upstairs, saw gray, pulled gray, came down, built it, was shooting it at the end, getting it tuned up. And I was like, okay, this is great. This is so smooth. Both Justin and I'm like, Justin, you got to shoot this. It's so smooth. He's like, yeah. Justin's like, yeah, it is smooth. The next day I'm in the shop with Joel. Joel's like, man, this is really nice. This is smooth. He's like, this feels like 65 pounds. I'm like, yeah, whatever, man. And he's like, no, this is really light.
Is it 65 pounds?
This is really light. Let's get a scale. So he looks at the limb. It's a 50 to 60 pound bow.
Ah.
Which I actually believe to be a blessing in disguise because I've thought a lot about shooting 60 or 65 pounds in the off season.
Oh, so you feel like that was just, the higher power intervening and saying, here, Tim, here's what you really need, even though you're not reading a tag fully correctly when you pull it out of a box.
Yeah, exactly. No,
That's hilarious.
I'm excited about shooting. Yeah. I thought about shooting 60 or 65 pounds, but I was thinking about turning a 70 down. And my vision is just like for it to be a 3D bow. Like I just want it to be a 3D bow,
Yeah, nothing wrong with shooting that weight.
Yeah, like am I going to hunt with it? Very unlikely. The same reason I didn't want to hunt with the 35 last year. It's just it's a longer bow, and I don't want to tote it around on the back of a backpack necessarily. So it's a 3D bow. But the interesting thing was start shooting the bow, and I'm like, it's the most relaxed I've ever felt like I could relax my shoulders down.
Yeah.
Like my shoulders could actually just feel like gravity just like relaxed them down. And I was making these really beautiful shots with really nice, relaxed follow through. And it's been good. So
awesome. Yeah, I do really like that bow a lot. Like I said, I've got this next little trek of mine is a bit of a disaster.
Yes.
Because I have to go overseas and then come back and then go to Nashville and then go to like multiple different trade show related things. And then I have to go hunting. And the problem is all my hunting stuff's up here in Spokane.
Yep.
I don't have any of it down there. Yep. And I ain't taking it to China.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to build a bow down there and hunt with it over that time period at some point. And I'll have to try to line that up. And I think I'm going to build one of those. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because I haven't built that bow yet. I've built a Hoyt and I've built a Matthews, but I haven't built the Darton yet.
Yep.
So I think that's what I'm going to do. And just grab one or check with the inventory down there, make sure they pulled one aside for me. Mm-hmm. And build it down there and hopefully have like a week or two with it before I have to actually go try to shoot something.
And you're thinking about hunting with it?
Yeah. No, cool. I have to have a hunting bow. And the one hunting bow I had down there changed, so I gave it to the guy and said, here, get rid of this. It's not a current model anymore. Mm-hmm. So I don't have a functioning hunting bow down there. I've been traveling with my equipment from up here down to there when I was leaving that area to go hunting. So, yeah. And I didn't think about that at the time, but I wasn't going to China until 3 days ago.
Can I see that?
So
I think it might be blocking you there. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. There you go.
I don't want to block in your mug, man.
So what made you pick that? Is that just because it's the same basic thing that you had last year in the new model?
Yeah.
Period?
Yep.
Like no other decision in it beside that?
Yeah, if it was just that, if it was the same model as last year, I would have been happy to shoot it again. But I like that they added a couple things. The Picatinny's cool. I've actually never had a Picatinny on my bow. I'm like campaigning that everybody puts a Picatinny on their bow. I think if you can mount a precision rifle scope on a Picatinny, we could certainly mount precision archery scopes on Picatinny's. I think that's a good adapter for the future. And then it's just like the DIY, like the do-it-yourself of it is so easy. The center shot is measured. Mm-hmm. I like the reference point on the grip. The line on the grip I've gotten accustomed to. And then the ability to move your tuning is really easy. Your tuning and your timing. It's all really easy, so yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great bow. Great bow, great company.
And
stable, solid,
and
quiet.
To be fair, the only thing I haven't tried yet that I do want to try is and I'd like to get your input on this as well, but there's the fatter draw stops that change it from like 80% to 75% let off. Mm-hmm. I'd like to try that and see how it feels.
You should 100% try that if you're shooting 60 to 65 pounds.
Yeah.
Because that'll up your holding weight a little bit more to what you're used to.
But what I was going to say is I've shot a little bit indoors, and I've shot good for me. A couple scores in like the mid to high 80s. And I believe my best hunting bow score ever is 89. So
Gotcha.
I've been like right there. In fact, I fumbled my 10th end the other day not to do better. But my pin float looks like this. It looks like it's like a bobber bobbing up and down. Mm-hmm. So my horizontal is really nice. Like my horizontal is not doing much side to side, but my pin is actually just kind of almost like sharply bobbing up and down. In fact, it's surprising sometimes it hits the 10 because it's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you hear that, like, what would your instincts say to
I'd play with your weight front to back.
to correct it?
I'd play with your front weight versus your back weight.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. An initial thought is I'd probably take more weight off the front and put more on the back.
Yeah.
Is what I would try first.
And if that didn't work, try the opposite maybe, huh?
Yeah, if it gets worse, to change it the other way.
Yeah. What about draw length? I think, if anything, I've always been on the short end of the spectrum with my recent draw length. I've been shooting 28 and a half. That's at 28 and 3/4. But would that tell you anything about draw length?
It
would
could.
Would I err towards shorter or longer if I thought it might help?
In your bob, is it only going low or is it going up?
It's going low, but for me to bob high is relatively uncommon. But it's like literally, if you look at my hand, it looks like this.
I'd try shortening your draw length a little bit.
Yeah. Anyway, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Early in the season, had a couple nice rounds. Yeah. Now, aside from 3D bow stuff, there are guys that are still hunting.
There are.
And one of them's wearing a mohawk, drinking
I'm still not done hunting.
drinking a yellow
I'm starting
rehab
to wonder
monster.
if I'm ever going to be done hunting.
Are you getting sick of it yet?
No. As I've evolved in this state of affairs, I've started to learn that there's all kinds of places you can hunt all throughout the year.
Yep.
Like there's a possible muskox discussion going on right now for like April or end of March.
Where is that? Is that northern Canada or
no, I think
Greenland?
it's Greenland. I think it's Greenland, or soon to be the 51st state.
Yeah.
No, Jared's going, and
Same hunt Jessica did?
I'm pretty sure it's the same one Jessica did, and there's still a spot available in it if I want to go. I got to pay for it, but I'm thinking about it. I'm also looking at my schedule and wanting to put a gun in my mouth at the same time. So that'd be another 9 days.
Looks like
I'm
quite an
already
adventure.
doing the Quinault bear hunt again.
Yep.
And that begins like the 27th or something of March. And like the scheduling of it's like butted up to it. And I'd probably have to burn a day of my bear hunt to do it. And I'd have to fly from Greenland to Seattle and then to get to Quinault somehow from there.
Yeah, and I think we're still going to see a very cinematic film from your last bear hunt, aren't we?
As far as I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's somewhere in there.
I'm very optimistic.
In the space-time continuum?
In the space-time continuum, yeah. You're not wrong. Yeah, it's pretty wild. But I've got I just came back from San Antonio, Texas. Had
with
a
Sawed
great
Off,
whitetail
man.
hunt
One of the greatest nicknames ever.
That knows how to shoot feeder legs.
Dude, if I had
really solid.
If I had a friend with a nickname as cool as Sawed Off, I would call him every day.
Yeah.
Just to see it on my phone. They Sawed Off. Just to say his name every day.
I know, right? Oh, Sawed Off's awesome. I love Sawed Off. Those guys down there are great. Old Whitetail Santa came well for me this year. I got very fortunate. So what we're typically doing down there is they're trying to clean their herd correctly, right? They're trying to get rid of animals that have either passed their prime, or like dinosaurs or old deer, or up and comers that are never going to make it as a premium deer. So that's part of why it is what it is, and it's we're just helping them manage their private ranch. Mm-hmm. That's what it boils down to, which is a great thing. It's awesome. Love it. Love every minute of it.
And
but
they're just trying
traditionally. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say they're just trying to create a badass deer herd, right?
Yeah, they're just like every other Texas deer ranch trying to make 200-inch deer.
Yeah.
One way or another. And they had the family divided the ranch this year. Actually, they had the original the grandparents that owned it, the brothers that owned it together. The one brother passed away, so his side of the family wanted to separate it and say, "This is our half. This is your half." Right. So we lost some of the places we were hunting the year before, and less deer to kill every year, but they're still having to shoot like 75 bucks and 40 does or something like that a year. So it's still like a lot of deer need to be shot.
How are they doing with their ratio of like buck to doe
They
ratio?
have too many bucks.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I'm like,
very uncommon.
Oh, bummer. Let me help you with that.
That's very uncommon.
But in the scenario of what we're doing, it's very rare for one of us to kill a 160-inch deer. It just doesn't happen because what you're shooting won't score that, right? And I got very, very lucky and very fortunate that the deer that they told me to shoot was bigger than they thought it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. Like Cody looked at that deer and he goes, if I knew that deer was that big, I'd have been hunting it, not letting you shoot it.
Did
like,
you frame it?
I know. I'm grateful. Thank you, dude.
Did you frame it up
I
in your
gave him
photo?
a giant bear hug like 4 fucking times. Yeah, it was a mainframe 8 with a bunch of kickers and mass, like,
Alan,
you know that shed down
Have you
there?
posted it?
I have not put it on my social media yet. I
Yeah, let
will.
me see
I've
it.
got good pictures of it. But like that shed that's down there,
Yeah.
it's like that heavy, if not heavier.
Wow.
Here, I'll show you some pictures.
Yeah,
of
show
it.
me some photos.
Hold on, let me pull up. Will, shout out to Will Cooper from.
Yeah.
He's the
Hunt stand?
Hunt stand. Yeah, he also has other.
He was there?
What is this? Yeah, he was in camp.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to know him. Great dude, really like him. He took my pictures.
Yeah, so
and
Will
edited
used to be the
them.
Numa guy,
Yes, originally he was.
and I met him
Yeah.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, really nice guy.
He is, yeah, and he's from Texas, I believe.
And he apparently has, he said, spending the week with you guys has reignited my desire for bow hunting because he was kind of just blah for the last couple of years because he felt like he was losing his drive.
Losing his zest.
There's 20 pictures in there if you want to just scroll to your right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I think about bucks in Texas, I don't think about that kind of mass, man.
No, they normally don't have that. And believe me, when it came in front of me, I was like, God, that looks heavy. But I was trying not to stare at his antlers.
So how did you frame up did you ask him when it came in, like, hey, is this buck cool?
No, he already showed me pictures. So here's the other thing I ran into this year. I switched to T-Mobile. Shout out to T-Mobile. You suck. That I had such bad service, I couldn't send a picture. So and the year before, I had Verizon, and I was able to send text pictures everywhere without a problem.
Which was very convenient for you
Well,
this year.
But he had already told me I could shoot that deer.
Right.
Like he gave me the nice thing about it is he had to give me pictures ahead of time of what he anticipated being in there. You can shoot this deer, you can't shoot that deer, you can't shoot that deer. Actually, he sent you pictures of you can shoot these deer. If I didn't send you a picture of that deer, you can't shoot it unless you send me a picture and ask if it's okay. That's how Santa allows his elves to do their jobs, right? And when so I'd already known there's that buck and there was another nice buck in there I could shoot, and they were both on the edge, but they also looked at them and went, those deer aren't getting bigger. Like that's as big as that deer's ever going to get. Never mind. Once they hit like 7, they go that's their cap. Past 7, they're going to decline. What does that deer score? And he decided that one and one other one, and that one showed up like right at the tail end of light. And it was a miracle I actually got him because I was set up on protein because typically those big bucks are going to protein.
Yeah.
And there was another buck standing at the protein. There was also a nice heavy 8-point, which by their rules I could have shot and it would be fine. Wouldn't have mattered. But I saw him standing on the other side of they put a hog fence around stuff so hogs can't get in and eat their crap. And he was standing behind that fence. And I could barely see his horns like between a tree and what was in there and whatnot. And I got there and looked at him and went, okay, that's that one he told me I could shoot. I'll wait. And he came in, walked right by the protein, which I'm in a narrow window shooting thing, and goes over to the corn. So I had to try to readjust where I was sitting and move over. And I leaned over and I thought I had cleared everything. And I nicked the edge of the blind with my arrow.
Made a little noise.
No, my arrow went like sideways and left the fucking blind.
Oh.
Yeah, and I hit him in the ass.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Damn lucky I found him. And he went like 400 or 500 yards, and we folled blood the whole way.
Did you hit that rear artery?
I must have. Well,
Yeah.
it also went through and just cut the bottom of his belly.
Yeah.
Just where it happened to position. Like I saw it was blighted knock, right? And as soon as it went off, I saw it go like that. I'm like,
Oh, God.
holy shit. And I prayed, please miss him when it went sideways. So I'm like, oh my God. And it hit him, and I saw the arrow kick really weird. And I'm like, oh no.
And your heart was in your asshole.
I walked out, I got my arrow, and it was right at the end, right? I climbed down, I get my arrow, I sniff it, I shove it in my quiver, I grab my shit, and I leave. Like, I'm not even going to go look. I'm leaving. Told Cody, he's like, hey, nicked the edge of the blind. I shot that buck, but I hit him in the freaking guts or the leg, something like that. Like, I saw it go towards the back portion of him, and I was like, I'm not, like, I'm more than willing to call dogs and whatnot, but I've talked to 3 different of the people here, and we're all on the same census. Wait till daylight tomorrow, and then start looking, see if you can follow them, see if you can find them, and if you can't find them, call the dogs in. And we'd already had to call dogs once for a buck will shot that he hit him low, and they brought the dog guys in and they found him. It was a cool experience. I'd never actually
I'd like to be a part of that.
Been a part of that. It was pretty cool. Like, they have like GPS on the dogs, so you can get in the truck and look at the dash and see where they are, exactly where they're positioned, and
just like these hound guys up here.
Yeah, it's really cool. But fortunately, Cody is a bloodhound, and I finally found where the path that he took, because it took us like 15 minutes to figure out where he went, because it's wide open. And it's all flat grass right there. So it's like trying to find blood is a little tricky. And so he ran and stopped about 50, 60 yards from where I shot him. And then I found blood pretty consistently from there, and we followed it back into the stuff. And that's where I got this little scratchy on my forehead. A branch got me pretty hard. And never went more than 5 minutes without being able to continually follow the blood trail. Found where he had bedded down, and then where most likely coyotes found him in the middle of the night, and he got up because he went from like slowly walking to trying to run. And then that went like 40, 50 yards and found him all stiffened up. Like, he had to have died. He probably died before midnight, I'd imagine, because he was so freaking stiff by the time we got to him. And it only took us less than 2 hours to find him from when we started looking.
So you were a pretty big relief, huh?
Dude. I was sick.
Like, best buck you had. I was trying
not to talk about it. I was trying not to get into it. Because it's the biggest deer I've ever shot, and it just made me sick to my stomach when that happened. I just hate that feeling. I don't like losing animals. Like, it's gross. I like to think of myself as a proficient hunter, and I nicked the edge of the blind, and it was low enough light that everything looks fuzzy and what have you in the lighting, and I just didn't clear it far enough. And
were you, aside from you nicking the blind, like, were you happy with the shot you made?
Yeah.
Because you said you kind of been blacking out. It was right behind
the shoulder, and it went. Everything went off clean, and then I saw the side of the arrow. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And I had shot a buck the day before or 2 days before. There was a management buck, and put it on him, and just went right where I pointed. He ducked a little bit, so I hit him a little bit high. But it was. And I keep going back and forth on hunting, whitetail over feeders and things of that scenario, whether they're in a higher tension, on the whole aiming really low thing. Because like multiple of the deer that got shot, like the one that they had to bring the dogs in for Will, he just missed the heart, but he was that height, and we're frequently aiming there because you don't want the deer to duck and like shoot him in the spine. But the number of times you hit a deer really low and miss the heart is really common. I mean, Cody barely caught it. I hit that deer low and missed the heart because I was aiming low last year. Will was aiming low and hit just to the right of the heart and just barely missed it. I don't know how he didn't nick it with a blade where it is, but we're hitting the bottom like that 2 inches of chest cavity or 3 inches of chest cavity. And it's like, I don't know. I'd almost rather hit a deer high.
It's almost damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah.
It really depends on your yardage so much too.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah.
It's just, I've seen so many of them now where what you're hedging towards is what causes you the problem. Yeah. Instead of them ducking. Yeah. But there's plenty. There's no way to win. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. I'm not aiming at the heart anymore. I'm aiming like above the heart, but barely. Like, all right, like let's go up another 2 inches.
When you're shooting pretty quick, too.
I know you're hitting. Yeah, I'm shooting fast, and
it's getting there quick.
It's getting there in a hurry for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
but there was, I think Dan shot 3, Will shot 4, Sawed Off shot 2 or 3, I shot 2. Cody shot 2, all bucks.
God, so that's like like breaking down those deer. They're getting really good at it.
Oh yeah, and then Will took 5 deer home with him, and there were all 4 of us in there the last day, caping them out, cutting them out, and cutting them apart. And dude, it wasn't I don't think it was an hour, and we had 5 of them boned out in bag. He has these big cooler bags, kind of like a soft-sided cooler, but giant. And he lives just outside of San Antonio. He had to walk in at his house and took it all home, hung it all up individually, let it sit in an agent in the walk-in. And it's like, and you just get many hands together, and Cody and his brother are fucking fast. Like, I think they did 2 for our one. Me and Sawed Off were cutting up 1, and by the time I got done with it, and I still think Sawed Off and I were a little faster than Dan and Will, but not by much. But they were done with 2 by the time we were done with the 1. Like, you guys have clearly done this a lot, just boning them out and turn them into freezer food.
Well, and you get a lot of, with that many transactions too, I mean, you're just gathering a lot of experience, a lot of experience cutting, a lot of experience seeing where these broadheads hit, a lot of experience in the red zone too. Like,
yeah. Oh, we did get our first, like, that I've seen, and it was on film, full pass through with a mega meat. One of the deer Will shot was with a mega meat, and it was like full through all the way out the other side. Arrow landed on the ground on the other side. Actually hit the hog fence on the other side and kicked.
Was it impressive?
Oh yeah,
had to be, right? Like devastating.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like that's like one. You see the hole immediately. You see stuff pouring out of it as the deer jumps out of frame, and the blood trail was like 5 feet wide, all the way to the deer. It's hard to argue with that, right? But at the same time, it's like you hit anything hard, and he hit a rib on the entry with one blade, and nicked rib on the exit with the other. But you hit anything like super hard, or you hit that offside shoulder or whatnot, there's no way you get an exit hole. And there, what Cody shot. So I had one of those new Rage broadheads, the new 3-blade, looks like a Mega Meat. It's very similar. So I think Mega Meat's patent expired. I'm pretty sure. Comment down below if you follow patent law and all that stuff, and tell me if that happened. That was the scuttlebutt in camp. Is that their patent expired this year, supposedly, or they didn't renew it or something. And it looks like the construction and how the blades come in and out and deploy open looks very, very similar. And I had that after I shot that big buck. I had that on my next arrow, and I never had a deer. I had one deer come in front of me that I could have shot, but once again, because I couldn't send a picture and confirm, I thought it was too young. And then I got no, you should have shot that deer. I'm like, damn it, because it was 17 yards in front of me, ignoring me completely, and I had like the perfect, because I wanted to test that broadhead. Cody ended up shooting that broadhead, and he hit the deer a little high and didn't get an exit.
The Rage one?
Yeah. And the blood trail wasn't great. I'm like, yeah, you didn't get an exit and you hit him high. There's so much to be said about shooting an animal above halfway up their chest cavity and not really getting a blood trail, and then be like, oh no, that broadhead didn't really bleed. I was like, no, you shot an animal where the blood's not going to get on the ground very fast.
Yeah.
And frequently, if you hit a stopwatch, and I would love to be able to do it, and I almost wonder if there's a way to have something mechanically triggered to your trigger to have a stopwatch start when you hit the animal. And I think the 5 seconds is 100+ yards of running.
Yeah.
Like, at least. Like, I mean, well, what's a fast football player's 40-yard dash?
It's 4.
4 seconds?
4.2.
4.2. I guarantee you a deer's faster than the fastest human.
4 legs is faster than 2.
4 legs is faster than 2, and when they're alerted and freaking out, they're covering ground.
But that's why when
I'm willing to bet 5 seconds is 100 yards.
When someone tells me, oh, my deer went 30 yards, it means the same thing to me as their deer went 150.
Yeah, your deer ran to 30, stopped, and fell over.
It's a death sprint either way.
Yeah, I mean, so in the instance where something only goes that distance, usually my experience is you shoot them, they take 3 strides and stop, and like, what happened?
Because they're unknown, yeah.
And they're bleeding out and don't realize they're bleeding out.
Yeah.
Versus the other one went, oh my God, 100 yards.
Yeah.
100, 150 yards. It's amazing how far those things can go.
Exactly.
How much ground they can cover on a good shot. And the only determining factor is whether or not there's a bunch of blood on the ground. So 2 holes is going to exceed that better. And halfway up the chest cavity or lower is going to make the blood end up on the ground and not in the cavity. Like the times where we'd get a not great blood trail, the amount of blood that was still on that animal when you gutted them out was wild. Like massive, massive amounts. And it's like, well, I mean, so the indifference is we just simply didn't put it on the ground. The amount of blood came out the same.
Yep.
It's just not on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar amount of damage, just what's on the ground is a different story.
Yeah.
Because of entry exit. Makes sense.
Exactly.
What about, did you guys try anything oddball? Anything like, oh, this is this is way different than what we've been trying kind of type shit?
It was more, what haven't we shot? You know, and I'm sure we're missing things. I really wish I grabbed one. I should have grabbed an Annihilator, the katana, that little two blade thing that they claim puts a big hole in things. Looks like it wouldn't. I should have grabbed some of those and pray to God I had a good blood trail. But, you know, once again, you're shooting management deer. You're not like, oh, this is the nicest deer I've ever shot in my life, usually. So if it doesn't work out or it's hard to track or that kind of thing, you're not like, the deer needed to get shot anyway.
Yeah.
Right? That animal needed to get out of the herd, and it's going to die regardless. It's just whether or not you recover it. Because if you don't have a very good blood trail, you might not find him. But if you hit an animal where you're supposed to, it's going to die, and it's going to die in 30 to 150 yards, depending on how fast they went and how open it was and how much ground they could cover. Right, and if you do that, you know it's going to die. Period. It's just whether or not you can follow the blood to it. And in some instances, some of the places you're going, there's so much deer coming and going. It's like if you don't have a blood trail, you have no idea which path they took. It's not like, oh, here's a set of tracks that are new. It's like there's 50 deer through here a day. How do you know which one's which in this scenario? Unless there's some kind of blood to follow.
Yeah, that could be tough tracking, especially when you get in that dry shit too.
And traditionally, your little two-blade single bevel broadheads don't usually put a lot of blood on the ground. If you hit the heart and all the pressure that the heart puts out, you're going to have a good blood trail. But outside of that, a lot of times they don't really produce a great blood trail.
Yeah.
Plus, there's something to be said about like an animal's how it's standing when you shoot it. Like if it's stretched out when you shoot it,
Totally.
and then it starts to run, it's like that hole is covered up on a two-way slit, and that's really why I like a three-way hole, because it doesn't overlap as easily. So when that skin's moving back and forth, it's more likely to open that hole up as it takes a step and put blood on the ground. Versus if the two-way slit is where it's extended up, and then its natural movement as it's running doesn't let those two holes line up with each other. How's the blood getting out?
Yeah, I went through my little two-blade phase. I shot my first good bear with a two-blade, and guess what? 0 blood on the ground. Bear went 60 yards.
Yeah.
Now, bears, if you've never shot a bear, they're really good at soaking up blood and not putting a lot of blood on the ground.
Yeah, if there's an animal you want to put a giant hole in, it's a bear.
And they're also pretty easy to punch through for whatever reason. Doesn't make sense to me why it'd be easier to punch through a bear than a deer, but it seems that way.
Yep.
But yeah, no blood on the ground. Shot another deer, and kind of like a high quartering two. And my arrow went through with so much energy, it hit a tree and ricocheted like another 20 yards. And I kind of saw where that deer went, and I found him. But on the blood trail, there was almost no blood. The deer went like 110, 120 yards. And that was my retirement of the two-blade deal, because I was like, I didn't need more energy to get through the deer. Right? My arrow went through with so much energy that I was just like, I'm not looking for energy. I'm looking to open it up and create a little more hole or whatever.
Yeah.
And then keep in mind that was a deer. I mean, whatever. It's just a 70-pound bow, 29-inch draw length type stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, and there's utility for those broadheads. But, I mean, you guys shot how many deer, say, roughly? Let's just throw out some rough numbers.
20?
Okay.
15 to 20?
Was most of them expandables you shot?
All of them were expandables. I don't think anybody shot anything with a fixed blade.
What was the percentage of pass-throughs you guys got?
Most, I'd say 75%.
75%? Yeah.
Everything I shot was pass-through, but I only shot 2. But they were both pass-throughs. But I'd say at least, I'd say higher than that. I'd say it's probably more like 85%. Like if you hit the offside shoulder, you didn't get a pass-through, or if you had a broadhead failure, you didn't get a pass-through.
And the ones that didn't pass through, did they all hit the offside shoulder, or were there some that were different?
No, we had one that the blade section snapped off, and called the company and actually talked to them for a bit. And they had a batch of heads that went through that the stud that holds the blades in was supposed to be tightened to 2 pounds, and it was tightened to like 10. So they were going to shear off as soon as you hit something hard, and we had that happen. But still recovered the animal. But it didn't go through because the blades gave out as soon as it hit the front side. So, but outside of that, I don't know if there was. I don't know if we had one that didn't pass through other than the failures.
So you had one broadhead failure?
Yep.
Or multiple?
Two. Same one, same pack of broadheads.
Oh shit.
Yeah, same one, same pack of broadheads.
One Do you want to mention it or no? The brand?
I know they know what happened, and I know it was in the beginning, so I don't know how badly I want to do that.
Yeah.
I can just simply tell you that was 2 deer that it happened to. One, the blades were gone after it exited, and one, it broke the blades off on entry. Same problem. Sheared the pin off. Threads were still holding on the one side, snapped it off because it was over tightened.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it weakened the thread to where it was going to snap when it hit something hard, and that's exactly what happened. And then I had other versions of that broadhead, perfect, flawless work every time we shot something with it. So I don't really feel like I want to emphasize who that was because I don't think it's fair.
Yeah.
I think they had an error that they caught that didn't happen to get caught on those ones.
And I mean, I think it's okay too to give it a little time, let it marinate, and maybe you hear some more bad stories, or maybe you don't.
Yeah, that's very possible. But
You know?
but the specific configuration of head that it was on isn't one that there's a lot in circulation, period. Like they're not the common one. It was the uncommon one.
Yeah.
So it doesn't shock me that I had never heard of it or seen it. And that we experienced it and they're aware of it and they had pulled the product that was involved in it. So I doubt you're going to see hardly any of it in the world, but you never know.
So a little bit of mystery. A little bit of mystery is not a bad thing on podcasts.
Keep it up in the air for
But
you.
you'll share it, right? If you keep hearing shit.
If it keeps happening, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those things when something's it was a brand new SKU and they thought they'd caught all of them. No different than I've had other companies that have had problems that I didn't really heavily talk about. If once I called them, like, yes, we're aware of it. We think we caught as much of it as we could, and we don't think it's in the world anymore. And we had one of those too, I should say, because like the deer I shot, it didn't have the hole in it that it should. The first deer I shot, and there wasn't any explanation other than it was the same issue that I'd known that they had at one point. I am a little more cognizant of throwing that information out willy-nilly because I know how badly it can hurt a company. And then somebody down in the comments thinks I'm a big arrogant asshole that I think I'm bigger than I am or something like that. I'm like, no, I just get calls on it, and I know I'll have particular people say our sales are down like 30% overnight, and I'm like, oh shit.
Well, I think it's important to understand, did you experience something unique or is there a pattern?
100%.
Right.
Yeah. So you start digging into it a little bit. And
those
then
are two different things. Yeah.
Then if you see a continual pattern over time, then you like, okay, this needs to be talked about so people are aware of it, so they're cognizant of it. No different than when Matthews was having their limb problem. Like I didn't say anything for like a month.
like the first guy comes up to you and has a limb problem, you
first
don't jump out.
Yeah, the first 3 or 4 weeks of hearing about it, I was just like, hardly seeing it. Is this just getting recirculated or is it real? And then call and talk to them, try to get some information. And then it starts popping up in other comments and other things like that and other videos. It's like, all right, this needs to be talked about so we can at least let the public know what's going on. Because there's a lot of people that listen.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to do a little more show and tell here. I got one more thing.
No, there's a cord in the way. He's using so you can't close it all the way.
So, one of our more recent episodes, we had Tyson on. Tyson is the Easton guy. And to be fair, I've shot a lot of Victory arrows, right? It's almost like, in some ways, it's really nice to know what the best products are or one of the best. But then you don't get to go through like all of the product lines. So for you a long time ago, you were like, hey, these Rip TKOs shoot great.
Yeah.
Why don't you build those? And I built them and I'm like, oh, they shoot great. They pull easy. Like they're super durable. They're very nice. So I just shot mostly Rip TKOs and I dabbled with some other stuff. But I wanted to build a couple Eastons and I was almost on the fence about what I was going to build. Because I do want to try a couple different arrows. I think I might be getting to the point where I might, maybe I can see a little performance difference with an arrow. Like maybe I can shoot good enough to do that. I don't know unless I try it. And I've always heard good things, particularly about the Parallel Pro. But I was like milling around out at the shop like, hey boys, what should I build? I need like a 6.0 or a 6.5 for the shoe we do at the ranch. I want to be able to cut lines. And Michael's like, oh, try an Easton 6.0. And Michael really likes Easton. So I'm like, all right, but what else? And then I get to looking at stuff. And I looked at some other stuff. And then they got out the Ram Tester, which is a pretty cool little product. Like the Ram Tester tests the arrow straightness. So if you want to put the rubber to the road and you're a real nut, you can get a Ram Tester. But I think that costs like $350 or something.
Yeah, they're somewhere in there. And they're not just measuring straightness, they're measuring uniformity of spine.
They do a lot, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do.
They're a cool little tool. Like if you're a guy at a gun bench reloading stuff, but you would reverse that and make it archery, you need a Ram Tester at your gun bench. like because you can test arrow stuff. So I started spinning arrows from different companies, and I'm like spinning stuff, and Easton spun really well. Like I was very impressed. So I did not build match grades, but these all spun at like 0.02. So
No, the Sonic's a great arrow. The only caveat to negativity to it is it's its own size. So there's not a lot of componentry options.
check this out. So I built that. I built it at 425. Okay. And this was pre-bow.
Okay.
So I bow 425, 63 pounds. Take a guess what speed I get.
No idea.
Just take a stab.
No, I don't
Take a little stab at it.
420.
425, 63 pound bow, 28 and 3/4 inch jaw length.
275.
Yep. So 277. And I'm like, well, shit, that's not fast enough for my little 3D event. I got to go shoot. I got to shoot faster.
No, if you know yardage, it ain't.
Yeah, exactly. For
It's only
unknown,
unknown.
it is.
It's only unknown.
So I go over, unhot glue it, re-hot glue it, and I drop down from 425. So that's now 375.
There you go.
So 375 gets me to 295. And these are only 7.8 GPI. They're ridiculous.
No, I know the Sonic's a great arrow. Like I was saying there before you wanted to finish your thing, was the diameter of the arrow is really the only issue because it's a unique diameter.
Yeah.
So the ability to put different components and things of that nature in there isn't an option. You kind of have to use Easton stuff.
Yeah.
But the weight of it, the cost of it, everything, like it's reasonably priced. Like 7.8
GPI is ridiculous. Are they fragile? I don't know. I'll have to shoot them more.
They're not bad.
But okay, so then I'm talking about 4 mils, and there's that new Victory 4 mil. What's the name of it? The VLR?
VLR.
Okay, so you got like the Victory VLR and Victory VAP SS. That's another 4 mil. Never dabbled in 4 mil.
Regular VAPs are also another 4 mil that are lighter.
Yeah, and Easton makes a long range that's a 4 mil.
Axis long range 4
And
mil.
I got to ask them about the price on them, and they're like, oh, the VLR's $275. The Parallel Pros are like $260. And I'm like, shit, dude, I've heard so many good things about the Parallel Pros. Let me go spin them.
We're straight.
Dude, they spun insane. I could barely get the needle to move on those things.
Do you know why?
Because there's aluminum in them, right?
It's got an aluminum core.
Yeah.
Aluminum's way more uniform than carbon. It always has been.
But the point I wanted to make of that is like, if you've been around archery, you've probably heard some good thing about the Parallel Pros or good things. Yeah, like I'm here to say they're incredibly well manufactured.
They are.
Now, will my groups be tighter because of that? I don't know. I'm going to try shooting them, though.
And just make sure you're in the habit of checking your straightness like every time you shoot them. That's the only negative. Like this is a great arrow other than the fact that you can bend it, and it's not that hard to bend.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I love the arrow. It's
Pros
very
and cons. I mean, the guys I talked to, no one complained about them bending easily. I know that you can bend them.
I bent 3 of them during the weekend of Reading. I was shooting this arrow at
Yeah,
Reading.
but you shoot a 35-inch draw, and
Okay.
so they're more fragile, right, in that way.
Well, you can't bend a carbon arrow. You can bend an aluminum carbon arrow.
Yeah.
So it's just something you have to be cognizant of. That's all.
But also, and then you have these little tack vanes. Never tried them. Tried them with a wrap. With a wrap, they're super simple. Like zero problem on the install. If they went on the arrow, I don't know if they would be a problem or not. I'm guessing they would.
It's probably gonna have a lot to do with fletch and jig you're using.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's really the fault of the vane. Is the vane a little more finicky to stick? Yes.
Yeah.
Is the setting you put on your fletching jig have everything to do with whether or not it sticks? Yep. So outside of that, I think it's a great vane. Just use their primer, use their glue. Both work really good.
Yeah. No, it was very straightforward.
Very
I would not
durable.
be intimidated to try it or to try it with
Might
the wrap.
cut a hole with the veins when you're killing an animal with it. Hard to say because they're so fucking stiff.
They're
stiff and
they're
they're
like
sharp.
a broadhead, right? They look like a
it
broadhead.
does. Like I wouldn't shock me if it actually was cutting when it was going through an animal.
Yeah.
In front of the vein. Which hey, that's just double your pleasure, double your fun. The only negative in my mind is when you get stuff that's like super stiff like that. A lot of times you're going to bury to the fletch but not pass through
I've heard that.
because the vein's actually going to stop you. Which I've seen that on. I went from Max Hunters to something different. I'm trying to remember which one it was that I went to, but it wasn't such an aggressive up. And I was like, every time I'd shoot something, I'd bury to the fletch and stop. And then I went to something that was a lot more gradual and it would actually pass through. And I noticed a lot more pass throughs when I switched to the DCAs from what I was using prior because it's so gradual of a ramp before it gets up to the edge of the vein. It seems like it allows it to enter the hole a lot easier and go right on through.
So my little ram tester rabbit hole was very interesting. It was interesting just to pull different arrows, see how they spin, and you could definitely see Easton's doing some, like, their quality control is good.
Oh yeah,
Is what I got out of that.
100%.
Like their quality control is good.
Easton makes good product, man.
Yeah. So I'll try them out and see what we see. Kind of cool though.
Nice.
And you can put a bushing in the back of a 6.0.
Yeah, you can get it to whatever knock size you want to have. You don't have to necessarily use the H that it comes with.
Yeah.
You can put a G knock adapter in it. You can put a pin knock adapter in it. You can put an X knock adapter in it. So whatever size you want to shoot, you can shoot. It's the insert side. There's just not insert options.
There's not MFJJ titaniums.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's hard to make an insert system for one arrow.
You don't make 6 mil or 4.5 mil or.
I don't make 4.5 or 6.
Or
I make
3.2
5
mil.
and 4. No.
Speaking of 3.2 mil, did you see the Rumble? What happened?
Yeah. I'm aware. I didn't see it, but
Okay.
I heard the outcome.
Yeah, pretty cool. So I was actually on the phone with Joel. Did not know the Rumble was on. He's like, hey, did you see what's going on with the Rumble? Turn it on. They're in the final part of the shoot off. They're about to go to inside out. I'm like, these guys are going to use skinnies. He's like, you think Bodie's going to use a skinny? I'm like, yeah, he's got him in his quiver. I can see him. And he's like, no, Bodie's not going to use a skinny. I was like, well, let's do a bet. He's like, okay, let's do $5. Like 2 minutes later, they go to inside out. He pulls out a skinny. It's like the fastest $5.
Why would they be in his quiver if he's not going to use
It was
them?
like the fastest $5 I've ever made.
That would be so simple. You should have bet way more than 5.
I know, but it was friendly gesture. But they go to shoot off. They're shooting inside outs. Bodie shoots inside outs. Turns out he's using a 3.2 mil.
Ooh. Yeah, no, they've got a new target arrow.
Some guys were using 27s on their inside outs.
It gets tough.
Yeah.
It gets tough.
Yeah, I think because Vegas will have a chance to go inside out again. Do you think we'll see everyone pull skinnies?
Well, if you follow the trends of what people tend to do, like everybody used to shoot a hinge, and you don't hardly see that anymore. Everybody used to shoot big arrows and not switch.
A bunch of bastards shooting buttons now.
So if guys are pulling out skinnies and winning, give it a month. They'll all shoot skinnies to when it gets to that point.
Monkey see, monkey do situation.
100%. There's no way they won't. They'll be prepared for it. You'll have guys that are swapping out their rest between rounds on ones that swap. I bet you money. They're like, oh, boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Boom. Ready to roll.
Yeah.
And they're that good. They can do that.
They are.
Without an issue. And I think the only reason that, because didn't Matthias last year in Vegas switch and missed
I think he
with
did.
his first arrow?
I believe so.
Because it was such a new thing that none of them were really prepared for it.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they're all prepared for it now.
That was my
Which
thoughts too.
that's a neat little way to mix it up, right? So you got to be prepared.
Yeah. Some people don't like it. From the people that follow this kind of stuff, I don't know if it's relatively split, but I'm like, well, what's the solution then? If you're trying, because they went like 23 ends last year in the Rumble or something.
Yeah.
They just kept pounding X's, pounding X's, pounding X's. These guys are so good. So what's the next level of precision? I mean, you either
Shrink
back
the
them
dot,
up,
you got it. Shrink the dot, you got to hit.
Shrink the dot,
And
shrink the arrow,
have to shoot inside of it.
shrink the arrow, or
Yeah, because if you only had even a pin managed, once you put a hole in there, now you can't see the pin anymore, so you don't know where to hit it. But they're not just barely catching the X ring; they're center punching the X ring.
these guys are so good.
They're just so good.
Last time you and I talked to Bodie here, and we were talking about preparation leading up to Lancaster, I believe. I was asking him how it was going, and he's like, good, shooting a lot of 30X rounds. And I think I asked him something, when was the last time you didn't shoot a 30X round? And he had to think about it for a while.
That's ridiculous.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, these guys are really good. There has to be some level of precision that separates them. You know? I like the inside out. I don't know if there's a different way to do it, but
There's a different way to do the whole thing.
yeah.
Put it at 30 yards.
Back them up.
Back them up.
Use smaller arrows. I would like to see smaller arrows.
Make them shoot farther. But everything's kind of set on that and has been forever. Like 20 yards or 18 meters has been the medium forever. But if they're that good, like, make them shoot farther.
Yeah, make them shoot further. I think the venue might limit, you know, you're talking about
Yeah. No, I
that.
get it. I get it. But at a certain point, it's like, we're not shooting, you know, a stick and a string with a matchstick for a pin anymore. You know, we're shooting a ridiculously precision piece of equipment. Maybe it's time to make it a little farther away.
Or smaller arrows. I like that as a good step.
I
too.
honestly don't think it's going to make that much of a difference. If they're shooting a bigger arrow just because it gives them a better chance.
Yeah,
right.
for sure. You're cutting more
But
lines.
if you just went to where, hey, we're no longer going to shoot outside in, we're going to shoot inside out, they're all going to shoot tiny little arrows, and they're probably still going to shoot 30X rounds. We're damn close to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
For
Food
what
for
it's
thought.
worth.
Anyway, I don't think you and I have talked about the ASA deal in Tennessee.
No, we haven't.
Will there be a Mohawk sighting? You know?
I definitely going to hold an event because it's only 30 minutes from my shop. Like Clarksville, Tennessee is just north, which is strategically why I bought where I bought, because it's in between Nashville and Clarksville. Clarksville is the second largest city in Tennessee. And Clarksville is the second fastest growing city in Tennessee. So it's only 30 minutes away.
Talk about what ASA did there, you know?
They went with more of a hunting kind of setup type of format.
I think it's like a middle to end of August.
Yeah, which is the only problem. Like, it's too late. Yeah. And then, dude, if you ain't been down there in August, dude, it is brutal.
We're talking about sweaty satchels.
Yeah, like 90 degrees and 100% humidity.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Like, you get used to it if you're living in it, but if you come visit it, you like step off the plane and it's like hitting you in the face hard. It's like, holy crap. So if you're from the PNW and you're going to go down there, you might want to get there a couple days early and adjust because it's bad. But it's exciting. They're going to do something different. I ran into Gillingham at ATA, and he was leaning towards going.
Yeah.
He's like, I can win that. I can win that group. When, hey, they're offering a lot of money. Like, you might as well, and then come in a day early and come on the podcast.
To me, it seems like the freaking, like one of the freshest things that like the archery tournament side has done of things that I, like since I followed the sport.
They're trying something different. Which
is really cool to see. I like it's encouraging hunting bows. And I think hunting bow is like the universal language, right? Like Joe Blow from Tennessee, he shoots a hunting bow.
Sure.
He doesn't shoot a 40-inch bow with a scope and 8 stabilizers coming off and a specialized Tim Gillingham hammer index, you know? He don't do that. He just shoots a hunting bow. So, like, let him go compete with what people compete with. I think it's super cool. I heard it was going to be sub 80 yards. My only hope would be like, dude, let him stretch it out a couple times.
Yeah.
Let him shoot 110, 120, 150 yards. Like, how fun is that to watch?
I agree.
You know, from the spectator perspective, I think that would be cool. Do you think it would frustrate the pros if there was like, hey, there's a 150-yard shot? And there would be a ring size, right?
It wouldn't frustrate the guy who won. Right. It might frustrate the guys who didn't win, and they'd want to blame it on this, that, or the other. But as long as you let them know what the rules are ahead of time, you really can't complain.
Right.
The only thing that it really tends to ruffle those feathers is obstructed targets. Like if there's stuff in the way, they get mad. Like, hey, I need to be able to aim at that target. I need to be able to see what I'm supposed to aim at. That's the whole
premise. Wouldn't it be nice to give them a little tack target where they got to shoot over something?
No, you're going to alienate those people.
Just one. You know,
I think you've done enough with the equipment restrictions to make it harder, like reasonably harder. There's probably going to be a little bit more separation between some of those guys. And I like the whole idea of the format. I think it's a great idea. I think they've analyzed what is popular versus what they do and tried to find a middle ground.
I like that too.
I really do, and I think that's a good geared thing. And I think you're gonna get a decent amount of participation from the local hunting community, because that's also a reasonable out to hunting. How far? Like they probably pulled 50 bow hunters and said, "Oh, what's the farthest you'd ever shoot?" And they probably said 80. 80 is about the farthest I'm ever going to shoot.
Yeah, and it's good timing, right? I mean, most people, I think in Tennessee, you can hunt September 1st.
There's a velvet season at the end of August.
Yeah. So,
but it's like I don't, and it's open and it closes again. And don't quote me on the dates because I don't know.
All right, but dudes can
I really don't.
But dudes can essentially use that as an on ramp to their hunting season.
Yeah.
Good final test.
I haven't texted Towson yet, but I'm willing to bet he's going to show up for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because he's got a good shot at taking that money too.
Really? Wow.
Towson's good, dude. He's really good. Well, him and Gillingham were at the Best of the West or whatnot, and he beat him.
Well, I know it's got Michael excited.
Michael might want to look at what time of year that is and what's going on in the shop before you make that commitment, buddy.
I don't know.
If you're running the shop,
Brandon McDonald.
That might be a time of year where you shouldn't be leaving the store.
Maybe Brandon McDonald makes a celebrity appearance with a dart, and who knows?
I'm willing to bet he's going to. I don't know if he's going to participate. He might. I haven't talked to him about it. Cool. I just found out about that right when I was leaving there. I think it was a couple days into it. So I'll definitely. I looked at the schedule. I haven't figured out. There's a possible caribou hunt going on, and I got to coincide the dates of that to make sure it doesn't miss with that. But as long as it's not, I'll hold an event the day before. I'll have a big event at the shop and party and all that kind of stuff. Which anytime there's a major shoot within a couple hours of the shop, I intend to be at the shop and throw an event and have some specials.
Party time.
Well, you're in the area. Come by, check it out. If you haven't, and there'll be discounts going on at that
maybe
time.
buy some stuff.
Maybe buy a thing or two. Yeah, maybe come by and shake your hand and say hi.
I'll tell you what, these archery guys, they like to sell archery equipment and arrows.
Well, that does kind of fund the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like the whole reason I have what I have and can provide the things that we provide is because we are making money.
Yeah.
Now we're making a pile of money, but we're making money.
Yeah.
And we're growing. And we're affecting and making change. And that's really what the point is.
Yeah. Yeah. And the shop's cool there. Aside from the other stuff, like, it's a cool shop. Has it changed much since I've been there?
The main showroom area we keep changing periodically. Was the tree up when you were there?
The tree in the middle? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know if it was fully,
I think we had just put that up when you.
I don't know if it was fully decorated though.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of saddle stuff hanging off of it now and that kind of thing. But no, we'll change the main floor area. That's about it.
Yeah.
We just don't have a whole lot of options other than that. We got a warehouse going in the back, and then once that's done, I may widen the shooting range inside a little bit, so there's a little more room. So there's more usable lanes, more usable options in that regard. But in general, yeah, no, it's not drastically
cool
different.
Spot, man.
It's cleaner, it's more organized every time. We just keep improving and set little goals and standards of how to make it better every month or two, and just a little better, a little better, a little better.
Is Matt the manager's name?
So Matt manages the pro shop, and Kevin manages the online.
Yeah. Have you guys had Matt on the podcast yet?
No, haven't had Matt on yet.
Is he not a podcast guy or?
No, I think he'd do it. Just
Yeah.
haven't done it yet.
It'd be cool though.
We haven't interviewed anybody that works there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt seems cool.
that's a good dude.
It'd be good to have him on.
That's a good dude.
Yeah. Right on. Well, this is the fireside chat, and our fire is dwindling.
Yeah, sure.
But I did stoke it up nice.
Yeah, you did, and I do question if I didn't sit there and stare at it until you looked at me, if you would have.
Yeah.
Oh, but I didn't mention it. Joel.
You got anything you want to close with?
Oh man, I don't know, man. This whole thing's pretty interesting and pretty. I get taken back by it, honestly. How much it's grown, how much everything's grown, how much the kind of responses I get. I mean, we didn't do an ATA wrap up at all, did we? No, I haven't been here. The responses from that,
just like you physically being at ATA and getting to shake hands.
Yeah, it's made me a lot more cognizant of the impact, right? And so it makes me think a little more before I open my mouth, I guess.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to put it.
Which is not a bad thing.
Well, it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, I don't want to get too far down that road, right? I still want to say what I think because that's what people expect from me.
Yeah.
And whether the people in the comments realize it or not, I'm making a bigger impact than I thought. And it makes you a little more aware of it.
Well, and I think I've learned too, just time on the internet and a lot of time on the internet is like, it's okay to make mistakes too.
Oh, I agree.
Like you're going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. Everybody will make mistakes.
Yeah, I have no problem screwing up and saying, hey, I screwed up. I'm sorry.
Right.
Or, hey, I said that wrong. I've done that multiple times.
That's just like we do that and just like hand up, hey, I was excited about this. I spoke before I should have. Or maybe the story changed or the information changed. That shit happens.
Yeah.
It happens. So we're all going to make mistakes.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's just more aware of it. That's all.
Yeah. All right, you guys. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. We're going to have an interesting pod coming up. Anything interesting coming up down the hopper?
We'll probably ought to do an ATA wrap up.
You learn some cool stuff there or see some?
Oh, it's just different. I haven't been there in a long time. It was interesting to walk through and discuss, and that's totally doable. Probably do see if Dan wants to come on and talk about the deer hunt that we went on since he was on it with me.
Yeah, see if the neighbor can make the big migration over here.
I'm willing to bet he can probably get the quarter mile over here and say hi.
Maybe you can put on a 25-pound weight vest and get some exercise on as well.
There you go. All right, now run, little fella.
He can lunge his way over here.
There you go, lunges.
All right, you guys. Great podcast. We will catch you back for the next one.
See you.